Hello and welcome. I hope you are well. Let me tell you about the champagne drank recently. So that's the Krug Clos du Mesnil 2004 vintage. I don't think Krug needs much of introduction. It's one of the icons of champagne, established by Joseph Krug in 1843. German name, and there were German immigrants who immigrated to France and they established the house in city Reims, in Champagne. Krug seen really phenomenal evolution. This was never really, there is not really that many cuvées that Krug produces. So there is really the ones that we see with the yellow label, not this one, there is another one with the yellow label that has evolved, which is called the Grand Cuvée. So this is, realistically speaking, sort of non-vintage or multi-vintage blend of the different vintages to recreate the style of Krug. So that's where this drove the sort of portfolio together with a vintage, with the Krug vintage. The difference really, the vintage is really only produced in the vintages where they really like the quality of the grapes and they really feel this is gonna be something that enhances and fits into the profile of the Krug vintage. So that will be produced about 3 times a decade or so. In 80s, they have introduced Krug Rosé, which is again, as well, like Grand Cuvée, is the non-vintage champagne. Then this beautiful little cuvée has been introduced, and 1979 is the first time they have produced this particular champagne. 79 was iconic. Clos du Mesnil is, I'm reading here from the back label, which is really, well, it is the Blanc de Blanc. So this is from conversation with the Olivier Krug when we did the dinner once a few years back. It's the easiest champagne for us to make because we will check the grapes, we either make it or we don't, because they're not really blending anything. It's the one clos, which is the walled vineyard. The vineyard size is relatively small. It's 1.84 hectare. And that produced in 2004. And this is what I like. They're very open about the volume they have produced. So that gives you a very good idea. So 12,548 bottles and 500 magnums of Clos du Mesnil in 2004 has been produced. That was very generously opened by one of my friend Mike, who I tagged in. He's got the restaurant in Norway. You should check it out. He's tagged in this post. So we liked it a lot. Offal is the more moderate, cool, mineral. It was a cold vintage. I like them. I think they more of that sort of greener sort of styles of fruit. So for Chardonnay, this really worked incredibly well. What really this champagne had more than anything else is the sort of brightness and that chiseled, chalky spiciness. Very sort of lean and mineral wine. And in terms of the flavor characteristics, you've got that very strong Chardonnay imprint, which I really like. Green apple, citrus peel, grapefruity kind of a characteristics. A lot of that crushed shell, chalk, mineral flavor. Really lean and youthful in terms of the being 20 years old. This is extremely youthful and bright. A lot of zest and energy. Hard to go wrong. We truly liked it. It's one of the rarer of the champagne that Krug produces, and it's always a pleasure to drink it. Again, in terms of the way where this wine is, this wine just starts its evolution, in my opinion. I think this will be much better given another 10, 15, 20 20 years. Truly grows. It will evolve. It will evolve. It does. What is interesting, Blanc de Blanc Chardonnay champagnes, when they have that additional 10-20 years, they tend to evolve in terms of that brioche characteristics, in terms of that melted butter, hazelnut, which is really pleasant. So that's that. And I forgot there is one more champagne the Krug produces, and that champagne is called Clos du Mesnil. So that's again coming back to they acquired another very special plot and the champagne has been released in 1995. Again, the difference between the Clos du Mesnil and Clos du Mesnil is half that, more than less than half, is probably 0.8. So produces about half that, about 4,000 or 5,000 bottles, and it is 100% Pinot Noir. So a little bit more of a different style, but this is more about brightness, zestiness, energy. Well, that's where the elegance, that's where the Chardonnay is. The Pinot Noir is the opposite. Goes opposite in Champagne, gives them more of a volume, density, and richness to their wines. That's done. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you had a chance to try. All the best. Speak to you soon. Ciao.